Hey guys, hello and welcome to Bar.Gaming's tutorial series on how to make your own prop hunt. In this video we're going to address some issues people have been having with the prop-o-matic not working properly, the prop ping at least, and also how to make it a non-infection style, so that way whenever your props are eliminated, they do not go to the hunter's side. And also I'm going to cover how to make your players get experience just for simply existing continuously and playing the game. So we're going to start off with the non-infection style, which is pretty easy to cover. So you're going to go in here to your island settings, and you come in here to mode, go down to spawning, and right here after last spawn go to spectating. I did have it set to team 2. So this right here is set up to whenever somebody is eliminated, they will go to team 2, which you'll probably want this set up if you wish for your hunters to have more lives. You're going to make sure this is set to team 2, and then you'll go into the actual team settings inventory for your props and set that to spectating. And the reason why is if you have self damage on, which I do, the hunters can actually eliminate themselves by missing a lot. So whenever a hunter misses a lot and eliminates themselves, that way they don't go to spectating. So just make sure that if you use self damage. A lot of prop hunts do not do that, which is fine. But otherwise it's really easy for them just to like go in and spray and pray and miss a bunch and eliminate all the props really easily without having any kind of repercussions for that. So I just set this, it doesn't have to be real high, but so when they miss something, it actually hurts them. And then we go in there, and then you'll come in here and make sure this is set to team 2. This is still for a non-infection style. And then you'll come in here to your props team settings and inventory, wherever you decided to put that. And you'll come into the bigger settings, and you'll scroll pretty much all the way to the bottom. It's about 2/3 of the way down. And you'll come into this right here for your prop team. After last spawn, go to spectating. So now, if a hunter is eliminated from missing a lot, they will still spawn in on their own team. But when a prop is eliminated, they will go to spectating. So that will cover that. I'll go ahead and see what that does. That setting right there should take care of that for a non-infection style game. So that way when your prop is eliminated, they just watch the game until the round's over, and they don't help out eliminating the rest of the props. Especially if you got a bunch of people that are in the same room playing the game. That way they don't know where all the props are at. So we're going to see if this works. So I'm a prop. The prop ping's working. Go hit respawn. Okay, that's a good sign. It's not letting me respawn since I'm the only player in the map. That way it doesn't end the game, since I would go straight to spectating. So that's working. And since I have a setting on it right now to where you can't spectate the opposing team, so whenever a prop is eliminated, they will just spectate another prop. Alright, and the other thing is this prop-o-matic manager. And you can find that in your device settings. If I can find the right one, there it is. Okay, it's under your devices. You can come in here, and it looks like this right here, prop-o-matic manager. And you'll just drop that, as I already have, right there. There's a couple settings in here you can change. This just gives you a more broad settings for your prop-o-matic. You can make it behave a lot more like you want. The most important thing is to make sure that the ping hidden props on interval is set to yes, and then this is set for how frequent you want it to ping. You can have it set for like really weird times apparently. I just leave it to the default as 15. You can set it for like 10 or 5 or 20 seconds, however you decide for that. And you can show the cooldown, so it tells you how long it is until the next prop ping. and it shows how many props are left, and you can have it to where the disguise can be canceled, or you can set it to where they're not, so the first prop they pick to hide as, that's what they have to be. I don't like that really. And changing disguises, so I can change. Don't mess with the rest of this. Just the most important thing is to make sure that this is set to prop ping is set on an interval, because if you turn that off, it will not ping. So make sure that's set to that. Then we'll come in here and start the game. So it should work to where that whenever you have to be a prop for the ping to work. So if you're just walking around not as a prop, it will not ping. You have to actually transform into a prop for it to work. And there it is. And let's see if it pings. Okay, yes, I got a ping. So that is working. That's working like it should. And it won't let me respawn, probably. I don't think I changed that. Yeah, okay. So I'll go ahead and end that. That's working like it should. If you are still having problems with the Prop-O-Matic working, this creative mode is still kind of glitchy on some things. I've noticed in some of the other maps that I've made that it doesn't always use, like I have some set to where it always spawns in a certain location, and then it'll skydive sometimes randomly, just because it's just glitchy from time to time. So that being covered, if you have any more questions about the Prop-O-Matic manager, you can just shoot me a comment and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. The other thing I want to cover is how to give your players experience just for kind of existing. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into here, go into your devices, and get a timer device. And we're going to place that somewhere. So you get your timer device placed. We're going to need another one of these things. I'll go ahead and set it over here close to that so I know which one's which. So you're going to need a timer device and another accolade just for that specific timer device. I'm going to go ahead and name this timer device the playtime XP timer. And I'm going to set it, let's go every minute and a half. So every minute and a half, players will get a little bit of experience. I don't need a timer name because players aren't going to see this. The other things you want to make sure are setting to, it doesn't matter what the team, you want it to success on timer end. And you do not want anything visible. This is just, can they see this timer exist? It's out of the play area, so they won't be able to see it anyway. So it doesn't really matter what you set it as, but this right here, show on HUD, you want that turned off. I'm missing a setting somewhere, did I pass it? Oh yes, right here, completion behavior. You want that to set on restart. I know a lot of the other ones we've been set to reset. That just means when it stops, it'll set to reset, but it won't start again. This one you want set to restart. And then we're going to go in there, and that's good for now. So then we're going to go into the new accolade you made. This is going to be the playtime experience. And then here, obviously change the name of it. We're going to call it Thanks for Playing. Don't limit the award amount. Yeah, set that to very small. You can have it set to whatever you want. Just keep in mind, if you give your players too much experience, you can get your map to where Epic will say, hey, you're giving people too much experience. We're going to pull all experience from your map. So just kind of be fair, but don't be overly, just don't give too much experience to your players to the point where Epic takes notice and be like, no, we're not giving you're giving your map experience. This is another thing, triggering player. So go ahead and set that to off. That way anybody gets experience. I want it to the point where both the props and the hunters get the experience. So we're going to set that to any. And that's all good. We're going to come into here. That's kind of weird. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and delete that. So you're going to go into award when receiving from, and you're going to go find that timer device that you just made. We're going to, that's playtime, which probably passed it right there. Playtime experience timer on success. And then come in here. No, we're not. Okay. And that's good. So now it's set to where every minute and a half this thing will count down. It'll trigger the accolade, giving your players a very small amount of experience, and then it'll restart and keep going, and well, until they leave or the match itself ends. So that should cover everything like that. I'm going to go ahead and change back to the infection style so I can test this out here real fast. Make sure everything works like it should. Okay. Let's see what that did. Okay. Make sure I can't break my walls down. I had that problem before and forgot to turn that setting off, and it was kind of annoying. So, I am a prop. So, not being a prop, or not actually physically hiding as a prop, there will be no ping. So just keep that in mind. You do have to actually be a prop to get the ping. And then the little prop ping thing shows up. And in 5 seconds, I'll get a ping. In theory. There it is. The prop ping is working. Go ahead and cancel out of this, guys. That works. And now I'm going to respawn and go to the hunter side. Yep. That worked as well. And so when you spawn as a hunter, you will not have anything. I had it set up to where you actually have to go through the rift to get your weapons. And so this, everything's working as it should. Awesome. And now go ahead and respawn. Wait, hang on. That should be hurting me. That's not hurting me. I'll have to mess with that in a second. So, but I should be able to respawn back as a hunter. I should come into this place with no weapons. Yep. So that worked out to where if a hunter is eliminated, they do respawn with nothing. They go back through the rift and get everything that they should have. Okay, so that's working fine. And for those of you who do want to make a self-damage one, I'm going to have to go in and figure out why that's not working. Oh, it might actually be in the team settings inventory. I gotta find it in here. Right here. Non-zero damage. Oh, okay. I think I know why. Since players cannot deal damage to my structures, it's set to only on non-zero damage. So if you have this set to yes, that means if they deal damage that doesn't, like, if they shoot a wall and they can't damage the wall, they won't take any damage because it's set to non-zero. So if this is self-damage only on non-zero damage, make sure, if you want that, go ahead, and your walls are invincible, go ahead and set that to no, so that way no matter what they hit, they take 3 damage unless it's a prop. And then you can set it to, I'm going to set it to non-players. So if they miss a player, then they'll take damage. If they hit a player, they do not. And you can have it set to where it's specific weapons, just anything. And this is if you do wish for the self damage. Not a lot of prop hunts actually use that in Fortnite, I've noticed, but I think it's kind of nice for that, because that way, especially if you have like a fully automatic weapon and they're just sitting there spraying and praying, it'll keep people from doing that. Otherwise, they'll just get eliminated. So let's check that out and see if that worked. I'm gonna go ahead and respawn so that way I spawn as a hunter. Make sure that setting works. Okay. There we go. So it's gonna be a boring 30 seconds. Make sure I can't. All of this hurt. It does. So I guess it's working. So it'll make your players be a little bit more accurate and actually try and shoot a prop versus just willy-nilly spraying everything in sight. Right, come in here with that. Maybe 3 damage is a little bit high. Maybe I'll set that to like 2 or 1. But that is working. Yeah, that's really easy to kill yourself. Probably doesn't need to be that high. Yep. Okay. So that is working. Actually, it's under. There it is. We're going to set that down to 1. So that way, it kind of deters them from just spraying and missing everything and trying to shoot a prop that they don't know if it exists. So they better be pretty confident that they're shooting at a prop, otherwise they're going to take 1 health every time they miss. And that should cover that. So if you guys have any questions or concerns, make sure you comment down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.